Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Guardian's Cryptic crossword. This is being published on Thursday the 7th of August 2025. I'm going to be releasing it in a couple of days time over the weekend because I'm away, so I won't be around to do the QC and Cryptic immediately. So this is my little alternative for those days. I'll schedule it into release. The setter today is Imogen. I don't really know much about the names of the Guardian setters. I kind of like to think that's an easier name, but we are getting towards the end of the week and I think they do ramp up in difficulty. But they have been difficult so far this week, so maybe we are due an easier one. I'm hoping so anyway. I don't think there's anything more to say really. I'm going to just crack on. Transformative sundries, black, hair on head. Do you think that was B sundries? Transformative sundries. Okay. Note: top provided to cover base of cookery set. Oh gosh. There's lots of tops and bottoms in there. One's dead wicked. Wicked normally is evil or candles. One's dead. One is dead. Eyes. Evil. Evils. One's dead. Is that D for dead on the end of one's? In which case maybe it's devil. Is that right? D evil? Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a cryptic-y kind of hint. Pep up to be a knight. To be a knight. A knight would be AN, maybe. Up. Pep up. To be a knight. Can't think of any knights of the round table who might fit in there. Let's look at this one. Strongman's betrayer summoned back, left imprisoned. Well, there's my left imprisoned, I guess, going in the middle of that word. Strongman's, that's Goliath, not Goliath, Delilah. Delilah is the answer. I don't know why. What we got? Summoned is hailed with an L in it, so it's actually that L there. I'm on. That's the culprit. Right. That sunrise, yeah, dries is 5, sun is 8, 3, which is 8. I need B for black, I think. Undress, headdress, hair on head, black hair on head. Don't know. Okay, gang meeting lion suggests a very anxious state. Gang meeting lion. Cool, suggests a very anxious state. Nothing occurring to me there. Right, got to have felt hurt again. Got to have would be a must have. Hurt again would be what? Reached? Reached? Got to have. Reached? Reached? Got to have. Reached? Not sure about that. I think that's probably the answer. Pollution traps American bear. Smog. Well, I've got 7 letters. Pollution. Whoa, can't go with pollution. Right, it's kind of like 6 cross. A call just for you from ship in port. A call just for you from ship in port. No idea what's going on there. So look at this one down here. Freeing muscles. Freeing muscles. Abseiling. Abs for muscles. Ab. Enjoying putting pounds on. Really would be very. So is that anagram really? Could be, can it? Abs really. Abs putting pounds back would be abs. Can't see what that would be. If that's trapping American bear, is American A or US? And if it is what is bear to shoulder? Okay. Cover with sticker that describes an intriguing novel. cover with sticker. With makes me think and. We'll go in there. Cover with sticker. That describes an intriguing novel. Is that like a, I don't know, show and tell kind of an intriguing novel? Okay. Let's go to spark from fault with steering mechanisms, say. We think a steering mechanism could be a wheel, could be a rudder. Spark from fault. And then say. Not sure about that. Nobel author of Old Volunteers, Blood. Plasma. Would that be plasma? Nobel was Alfred. Alfred Nobel. Nobel author. We're just looking at the name of an author who's won the Nobel Prize for Literature. That's pretty obscure. Don't know a lot of those. There's a few. Salman Rushdie, I think, might have won it. Not sure about that. Old Volunteers would be TA. Blood would be plasma. I'm not convinced that's the answer. But let's just put it in for now. Because I need something on this grid beyond the... I've got 3, haven't I? Right to end, fuss about, suitable, plug-in. Suitable is either fit or apt, isn't it? Right are... right, could be RT I suppose. To end fuss about suitable. Suitable is apt, wrapped. Plug in, be an adapter. Would there be adapter? Adaptor. Right about, right. Ado. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Let's get rid of this because that clearly isn't going to be right. Not sure I've got any more help on those ones. Right, so look at this. Absolutely managed without add-on, changing a couple of lines. Could be an anagram of absolutely. ABSOLUTELY without add-on. So put it outside of add. Changing a couple of lines would be the something in the what is it? Without add-on, which would be WITHOUT ADD on. Changing a couple of lines, all, one and all. Let's go an all in there. I have a feeling there's an all there. Changing add-on would be and all, something and all, which leaves me an O, run. There's my add. Yeah, that's add-on. Where the O goes. Normally say one, absolutely. For once and all, once and for all, once and for all. No, it doesn't work. Manages to run, I think. Run good and all. Without would be run wood and all. I'm just clutching now, aren't I? Yeah, add-on changing is going to be the anagram, isn't it? Run once and all. Did I decide reach was wrong? Reached. I'm sure that has got to have reach. Reaches. Reaches. Got to have reaches. Okay, ones. Oh, that'd be run ones. Where's the S coming from though? Run. Let's go from there. See if this is run at all. Storming around, calling for stuff to be brought over. Looks like it could be an anagram of storming, which would be 8 letters around calling for stuff to be brought over. No idea. This one, got an L, haven't I? I don't know what to do with that. Gang meeting lion. Could that be an anagram? Meeting is 7 letters. That's going to be a to or an of, isn't it? Very anxious state. Something of, or nerves to shredded, aren't they? 2 pitches, perhaps. Players first going to book. Or is going on there. 2 pitches. Could be throws. 1,000 nights. Not sure about that then. Right, where are we? Going down to the next 21. Mortification as a horse racing scrapped. Mortification as horse racing scrapped. Scrap could be an anagram indicator of racing, but then where am I getting? Horrify. Mortification, horrified. Let's go to here. Can't see that one. That's not so good. Where's that? Understand gentle. So I did story around that. Understand about gentle power being superficial. That's surely just skin deep, isn't it? Why would that be skin deep? Gentle power. Understand is to maybe isn't skin deep then. Oh, kind is gentle. Yes, C, P for power, and kind going in there. That's some kind of park, isn't it? Probably. Let's put that there. First going to book. 2 pitches. Perhaps players first going to book. Book, pack, park. Oh, it's the name of a book, isn't it? What's that? Big novel by? It's going to be like one of the Brontes or Jane Austen. I can't think what the name is. And they've probably made it into a TV series as well. Maybe with some checking letters I'll get that, assuming that's an and. Let's get down the downs, can't. Let's look at display of enthusiasm for food provided for football crowd. Interesting to display of it in prayer, right off the. I'm still on the screen, and I've got all the clues left available to me. I keep on about Holland Park, but it isn't that. Can't think what the name of the books are at the moment. Storming around, fair enough. Lowers hood, small hood over sun. Scapes, cap. Lowers, no. Small hood is a scowl. Lowers and glowers, yeah, okay, glowers type of scowl. I think. Sound disappointed as vision finally fades. Sigh. Why'd that be sigh? I think that's sigh without the T on it, isn't it? This one, central government, a little bit, what the lot? What? What's the central government? Westminster? No. Westmin. What the lot? Don't know what that's going to. That's probably an ing there, isn't it? Storming. Calling for stuff to be brought over. Could be an I there. Let's put an I there to give myself a chance. Oh, multiplication. Horse racing. I did say it could be a anagram of racing. There's a C. Scrapped. I don't know what it would be though. Did I look at 22? No, I didn't. Ring character has a scrap of cloth, gold infused with navy. Is navy just N? Is it RN, Royal Navy? fused gold ring character. It's not Gollum and Bilbo Baggins, is it? I think that's the aim of that. Rag, gold, Ragrawn, rag. Gold would be AU, or OR. Not convinced by that, but let's just leave that as a G for now. Doubled round 1, sitting with husband, showing vigour. I mean, sitting with husband just as an H there. Let's have a look at this one. Church office that may require an operation to replace. Church office is whatever, it's like a ship maybe. That may require an operation to replace. Sure, that's a hip replacement. Ministership, mini. Can't think. Okay, let's go and have a look at this one again. Engulf, a very short distance, principally excused. It's not a fairway then, is it? It's the opposite. A very short engulf. So principally excused is the E, I think. Engulf. Eagle, I suppose. Eagle? No. Just clutching at 5-letter words ending in E that I know from golf. A very short distance would be very well ASO. Short distance would be a mile. Golf, I'm thinking native phonetic alphabet, but that doesn't really work. Gav. This woman again, this husband one. Doubled round 1. Sitting with husband, showing vigour. Doubled. There's no H there, so it's either going to be an I there or not. Oh. Round 1. Could be an A for it, I suppose. Oh, I'm looking at 19, yep. Sent a message to put me up, having got sick. Ill or ailed, I suppose. Sent message to put me up. Okay, so that's an EM going in there. Can't be EM there. So it can only be EM there or EM there. If I put that there, sent message is having gone sick. Okay, if that was, oh, that's my R. Maybe it isn't R there at all. This one, display enthusiasm for the food. No idea. Mortification, right. I've gone through all the clues, I think. It's not great, but it's not awful. Right, let's have a look at this one. Transported sunrise. Okay, black, hair on head. Let's see if there's an anagram there I can get to. Sunrise. B. I want to put a headdress, that isn't going to work. Budsnaria. Hair on head is und. Don't know. Okay, that isn't going to help me. Note. Top provided to cover base of cookery set. Cool. Not seeing that. Let's go and have a look at this again. Here. Pollution traps. American, there's A for American. Bear. I can't think of polar bears, brown bears, black bears. But again, to bear is to sustain, which would be stain. Pollution would be a stain, I suppose. Not sure about that, but I'll go with it. Assuming abs is correct and all the other ones are correct that I've chucked in there. Mansfield Park is what I was trying to think of. Don't know if I understand that really. Mansfield Park is Jane Eyre, I think. Ooh, what's that? Sent message to put me up, having gone 6. Okay, let's put M. M sent emerged. Sent message to help to put me up. Having gone sick is ailed. I said it ailed, didn't I? Okay, that's good. That probably negates the rag idea as a ring character. Aragorn. Aragorn's a character in the Lord of the Rings, isn't he? A rag or N. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Doubled, excuse me, doubled round. Doubled is O. Vigor. Round 1 sitting with husband. I suppose it's possible that isn't actually ending in H and it's wherever. I don't know. Let's have a look at that then. I've got an L. Or this one. This is the church office. There's always too many church clues in crosswords for my liking, given that I'm really not that religious. I know a bit about these things, but it's a whole area that comes up a lot that I don't have an answer for. Just going to have a look at that because that's a field and a park, a pitches, perhaps player. Player is a man. Okay, yep. Display of enthusiasm, fanfare, I suppose. Simple. What is that? End? X? That may require an operation to replace. Ida hip, Ida down, Ida elder. Maybe it's not office, but I think the fact that I've got an operation to replace it is something to do with the hip. I might be getting misled there just by the fact I need a husband on this one, so to speak. Elder's hip. Yeah, I think it's an elder's hip. I'm going to go with that elder's hip. Still don't know what that is. Ouch. Doubled. Oomph. Oomph is a bit of vigour, isn't it? One sitting with husband is a MP, yep. Engulf a very short distance, principally excused. Engulf. What is that? I need to just scroll up and have a look at this long one there now, don't I? Cover with sticker that describes an intriguing novel. We've got Mansfield Park, we've got Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, got Delilah from the Bible. There's a few clues there, aren't there, that are towards books. I don't think it's necessarily a theme, but mortification as horse racing scrapped, got an N there. Mortification is... I've got no idea. Not sure what we're trying to get to there. Oh, got an NM maybe. Storming around, calling for stuff to be brought over is... I'm assuming there's an I there. It doesn't have to be, does it? And again, I'm assuming there's an N there. Central government, Whitehall is what I was looking for. I went Westminster, but Whitehall, which looks like it might be an anagram of something or other. There's a what in there, and a little bit what the lot? I don't know quite. Okay, well that's definitely a man ing then, isn't it? Because as far as I know, there's only one word that will fit in without an N there, which is blitzkrieg. Um, okay, bag of nerves. What's this? Gang meeting lion. Suggests a very nervous state. Nerves. I think nerves is right. I don't quite know why though. Let's assume that's nerves. Gaggle of nerves. If that was an of, oh, gang, gaggle of nerves. Is there a anagram there? Bundle of nerves. Bundle of nerves, I think is what I'm looking for there. Bundle of nerves. Run. Absolutely. Run. Falls and all. Manages to run something, but without add-on. I think add-on is well, changing a for is in the clue and capitalises out all. So I think all is very definitely correct. Add on. Is that reached or reaches? That's a bit I don't want. Run good and all. Run. So it's got to have felt. Hurt again. Got to have. I'm going to have a look at this anagram. Maybe it's up here. Sun dries. There's a B. Yeah, there's a B in there. Hair on head. Burns. Sideburns. Okay, those kind of hairs on head, fair enough. Let's look at the abs again. Freeing is ab staining. Really annoying, enjoying putting pounds back. Pounds back would be LB, wouldn't it? So BL doesn't really work. Absolving. Absolving would be to free. Muscles is plural, so that makes me think it's abs. Really is. It could be absolutely. It can't be absolutely. Absolving. Why would that be absolving? Liking. Really enjoying putting pounds back. Don't know. I've got still got that to look at. That one's building itself quite nicely with a TLA. Spark from fault with steering mechanism. Propeller, tiller, I think. Because that's a tiller. Because it's a say, so it sounds like a tiller. Fault is spark is a scintilla. Sin, yeah. Okay. That's probably going to be ing then, isn't it? Nobel author of old blood. Volunteers blood. T-A. All volunteers T-A. Blood would be gore. No, Tagore. Is that right? I think that's Tagore. Not sure. Let's see. A call for you from ship in port. A call just for you. Have a look at this one again. Nobel author. Not sure if Tagore is the one I know. All volunteers I think is AT. In which case this, a call just for you would be a from ship in port. I mean, it looks like it wants to be sit or set, doesn't it really? All the options: a, sat, set, sut, sit, and sot. it's set. Probably the most likely. Assuming that is gore. I mean, gore is blood. That feels good, so to speak. Old Volunteers, I think, will be the TA, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I know any other. Let's leave it like that for a bit to think about. Freeing. I think that's absolving, but I don't quite understand why. Putting pounds back. Oh, maybe it's the S. No. G-N-I. I'm just looking backwards. L. Let's look at this one again. Cover with sticker. That describes an intriguing novel. Sticker is a... What's a sticker? Oh, is that saying putting pounds back, saying move the L back in a word? Really enjoying is, if that's olving, so, okay, muscles are ab, I think, ab, so is really, doesn't work, does it? Really living, loving, yeah, loving, okay, so move the L, yeah, abs and loving moved, okay, I'll go with that. Whoa. Is this bleak, clear and danger? Intriguing. If that was danger, what's that going to be? Good name. There's golf. G for golf. Gimme. Yeah, it's a gimme in golf, isn't it? If you've got a short putt that your partner gives you, then it's a gimme. Okay. Getting there slowly. Yeah, not too bad so far. Where am I at? Have a look at the time. Time's coming up just over 30 minutes. Something and danger. So yeah, a few here that I just can't. I don't know if that's reached or reaches. Have felt hurt again. Reaches. I don't know about this run really. Manages to cope, isn't it? Cope. Cope. Doesn't work. So look at this one down here again. Note. Do, re, mi, fa, so. So, provided to cover. Given. Base of cookery. Set. Solid. Lid is the top. Cover base of. Solidify, I suppose. Provided as if, yep, and the base of that is Y, isn't it? Which completely blows my theory that I had for one and all. What's this liven? Laven. Pep up is to liven, I suppose. To be a knight. Yeah, live N, okay. Live N. For absolutely manage without add-on. I thought it was for one and all, but that doesn't work. For okay, let's have a look at this. Romancing, storming around. Okay, so it looks like it wants to be an anagram, doesn't it? Rom around calling for stuff to be brought over. Be Rome. Calling. What's calling though? Is that an anagram of storming? I mean, it can only be that, can't it? Is that a cistern there? No. Mortification. As horse racing is scrapped. Horse be an H, which would make that chagrin. Oh, there's an A. Did I have an A in storming? No, I didn't. call it around calling for stuff. Let's go that way. Remaining, remanding. From storming around. Romping. Could be romping. Romping. God, it's annoying. So actually I'm pretty much down to last. What have we got? Got 2 there, 3 there, and that pair up there, which I think I know that one, but this one, a call. I assume that's an A. Is that SOS? Can't be SOS because then I've got that. Well, I'm feeling ASOS is or as is, maybe. Can't be as is. A call. Just for you from ship. In port. The port isn't Aden. I think that's something and danger. An intriguing novel. Page turner. Clear and danger. Doesn't really work. I'm thinking Clear and Present Danger, which is the old Tom Clancy book that got changed into or adapted into a film with Harrison Ford and probably someone else afterwards. Four. Is that 4? Why am I thinking 4 there? I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's not an R. Ah. Absolutely. Manage without add-on makes me think there's without add-on. Makes me think put a word for manage around the change of add-on, but in which case that would have to be reached in it for good and all. For good? For go. And add on. That would be good. Manage. Forgo. For good and all. I think that's for good and all. I'm not convinced about that, but so this one, storming around, really does look like it wants to be an anagram, but storming around, romping, row, calling for stuff to be brought over. If that was a re rather than a row. Can't be remarking, can it? Stuff to be brought over. Let's have a quick look at that on the horizontal. Mooting, mating, muting, remtating, repairing. Oh, I can't quite say that. Chagrin I'm happy with because that's an anagram of H race. Mansfield Park, I'm fairly sure it's the correct one. We've got player is man. I think that's it, pretty sure. Clean and cover, okay. With sticker, that describes. I don't think it's danger, is it? With the sticker is a. I don't know what the sticker is. Cloak and dagger now. Cloak and dagger. I'm going to have to decode some of these. Cloak and dagger. Intriguing novel, yep. As I say, I don't think I know enough X or enough Nobel-winning authors to know who that is going to be if it's not. So the only chance to get this one, a call just for you from ship in port. There's not many. There's not many. Let's just have a look at that. Scintilla. Sin is a fault. Yeah, spark is a scintilla. A call just for you. The A looks a bit suspicious there. If it isn't TA for Territorial Army, who were volunteers once, I don't really know what else, but the National Trust are also volunteers, but they're still volunteers as far as I know. Tagore, I don't know. So then, as I've only got 3 options really, or 4 or 5 options on what the that is, assuming that that is an A. From ship import. A ship is a I don't think there's enough ports that are short to put a ship would be. Is it pst? Is it just pst? I think it is, isn't it, actually? SS going into PT for port. Not sure about that. And then a call for you, just for you, would be like pst. Got something to tell you. So that just leaves me this one here. Gosh, what's this? What is this? Remaining. What can I have there? Storming around, calling for stuff to be brought over is can't really be a vowel. It has to be. Well, it doesn't have to be a vowel, but it can be a word that you might say rem rating or something. Remonstrating, let's go through it. I remt. Remoaning. Rampaging. There we are. Rampaging is storming around, isn't it? Rampaging. I don't quite understand. Paging is calling for stuff to be brought over. Stuff is to ram. Okay, there we go. I think that's everything. Let's try. Everything looks happy. Yes. Tick, 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 all the way through. Brilliant. Okay, that took me what? Just under 42 minutes. Around 42 minutes. Good. Just refresh the screen because that goes through all the ticks, and I'll now try and decode it as best I can. Right, transformative is your anagram indicator. That sun dries, and B for black is an anagram of sideburns, and sideburns are hair on your head. I mean, obviously not on the top of your head, but on the side of your head, just in front of the ears for men. A call just for you. So if I say psst, I'm literally trying to get the attention of a particular person. Ship is SS, going in PT for port. So, well, I know SS for ship, which is abbreviation of steamship from the old days. PT for port, never seen that before. To pep up is to liven, so think of enliven. Never seen liven in itself, but to be is to live, and N for night is chess notation. K is king, so night has to be an N. Freeing is absolving. Muscles are the abs, as in your abdominals. Really enjoying is loving it. I'm loving it, but we need to move the pounds back, so from the front of it to the into the middle of it. So move them from the front to the in there gives you absolving. Strong man, so yeah, Samson was the strong man in the Bible. His betrayer was Delilah. Summoned is hailed, H-A-I-L-E-D, backwards, and then put an L for left in there. That is that L there. A plugin is an adapter. Right is what have we got? Right to end. How did I get this one? Apt is suitable. R for right, and a fuss is an ado. Ado going around adapter. So it's fuss about. Yeah. Okay. So right to end. So put a right on the end of the answer, and then put fuss is ado going around apt for suitable. Right. Absolutely Okay. Absolutely is for good and all. To manage without is to forego something. Add-on is an anagram of OD, AND. Changing is your anagram indicator, and then A is in the clue, and a couple of lines are the L's. We've got two pitches which are a field and a park. Perhaps they could be pitches, field and park. Players first, so we've got mans. So players has got an apostrophe S, so we can put mans first. And going to book, well, so a book is, Mansfield Park is a book. I'm saying it's by Jane Eyre. No, Jane Eyre's the name of the book, isn't it? I will say Jane Austen. Not sure. Not very good on my, maybe it's one of the Brontes. Anyway, mortification is chagrin. We've got an anagram of H for horse and then racing. Scrapped is your anagram indicator. Ring character, so one of the characters in Lord of the Rings is Aragorn. And he's got has A is in the clue, a scrap of cloth is a rag, gold is ORN, OR, and fused with navy is N for navy. I think that's, yep, I was just wondering if navy was RN, but that would leave me with only the O for gold. So yeah, OR. Fused is just a linking word really to say put an N on the end. Not seen N for navy either, although Royal Navy is an abbreviation of Royal Navy, RN. The centre of government is Whitehall. A little bit, okay, there's a wit is a little bit. What the lot? Okay, have I got this right? Whitehall. Okay, the lot is all, and where am I getting my H from? EH. Just pause the video while I have a think to myself on this one. Yep, my EH is just what? A? You might say what? Or A. So yeah, wit is a little bit. EH is or A, meaning what, and the lot is all. Right, scroll on down. So in golf, at a very short distance, well, if you're not in a proper tournament and you're playing with your mates, and you've got a putt that's just kind of within a couple of feet of the pin of the hole, your friends might give it to you in what's called a gimme. Will you gimme that? Is the phrase maybe that sometimes gets used. Principally excused. What's going on then? A very short distance, principally excused. What? Golf. A very short distance. I thought principally excused was the E. M for metre is a distance. In golf, IMM. Yeah, 1 millimetre. Okay, so yes. G for golf is NATO phonetic alphabet. A very short distance is 1 millimetre. And then principally excused is the E for excused. And that gives you gimme, which, as I say, is a short putt. To sound disappointed is to sigh. Vision is sight, which finally fades. So take the T off of sight, it becomes sigh. Church office must be the eldership, and that may require an operation to replace the elder's hip. Let's have a look at the downs. So to set is to solidify, so set is the definition. A note is so, as in do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti. Top is a lid, provided is if, and cover, cover the base on. So yeah, to cover is because it's on top of it, it's down glue. Base of cookery is the Y. One's dead wicked, so we've got a cryptic hint towards an overall clue, which is the devil. So D for dead, and wicked is evil. A gang meeting lion suggests a very anxious state. Well, if you're in a very anxious state, then you're a bundle of nerves. okay, gang meeting line. A ganglion is a bundle of nerves in your brain. I think it is all part of the body. Yeah, so that's what it is. Ah, very clever. Yeah, so a ganglion is a bundle of nerves, and a very anxious state is also a bundle of nerves. Got to have. If you got to something, you okay. Got to. If you got to the place you were going, then you reached it, reached your destination, got to it, and have felt hurt again is to re-ached. Pollution is a stain, trapping US for American, which gives you sustain. So if you sustain something, you might be bearing up to it, shouldering, well, continuing to do it, sustaining it on. A spark is a scintilla, a fault is a sin, and a steering mechanism is a tiller, and then we've got a sound alike of sin tiller. Say is your sound like indicator. Right, the Nobel author that I've never heard of is Tagore. I'm assuming Tagore. I assume that's the name. Old volunteers are the TA, and blood is gore. Cover. Okay, cover is a cloak and a sticker. So you daggers are something you stick into someone, obviously, so they are stickers. And that describes an intriguing novel, yeah, cloak and dagger novel. Storming around is rampaging. Calling for stuff to be brought over. Okay, so I think the stuff is to ram, and if you call for someone, you're paging them. I think that's how that one works. Rampaging, calling for stuff to be brought over. Rampaging. Okay. Understand is to see. S-E-E. Going about gentle, which is kind. P for power on the end gives you superficial, which is skin deep. Let's just scroll on down to these last 3 or 4. There we are. Display of enthusiasm for food provided for football crowd. Well, food provided for football. Okay, so a fanfare is a display of enthusiasm. That's the definition. Food is fair, and if it's being provided for football ground, well, they're fans, so therefore is fanfare. Sent messages, and if you sent a message, you've emailed it. Put me upwards is EM, coming downwards, and ailed is having gone sick. Lowers. So yeah, lowers is a way of looking at people. So like glowering, where lowers is to scowl. So that's your definition. A small is S. A hood is a cowl, going over S for sun. And finally, double round is OO. One sitting is an MP, so MP sit in the House of Parliament, Houses of Parliament, sorry. And H for husband is the final point, which gives you oomph, which is vigour. So there we go, all done. About 42 minutes. Good to do that. Glad to get through that one. Thanks for watching.